You know, we talk about sporting genius all the time, but what does that actually look like from the inside? What's going on in the minds of the greats? Well, today we're going to try and answer that by deconstructing the brilliance of two modern batting masters, Kevin Pietersen and Virat Kohli. We're going to look at the very different mental blueprints they use to achieve greatness.
So what is the secret? Really? Is it all about building one perfect, repeatable technique that you can rely on no matter what? Or is it about having this incredible, infinite capacity to adapt to any situation the game throws at you? As you're about to see, the answer is, well, it's a little of both.
And here are our two case studies. On one side, you've got Kevin Pietersen, a player who built his entire explosive career on one single powerful idea. And on the other, Virat Kohli, the master of cerebral cricket, a guy who thrives by making these constant, subtle adjustments. Two absolute giants of the game with two completely different philosophies.
Okay, let's start with KP's approach. For him, greatness isn't found in a bunch of complicated theories. Nope. It's found in the relentless, almost obsessive pursuit of one core fundamental.
And this quote, this says it all. This is his foundational truth. For Kevin Pietersen, absolutely everything flows from this single principle. While other batters are maybe obsessing over their feet, their grip, or their backlift, KP just simplifies it all. It all boils down to one thing: the position of his head. And the logic behind this is it's so simple, it's almost brutal, right? Think about it. Your head is the heaviest part of your body. So wherever it goes, your balance and your momentum are going to follow. Pietersen basically argues that the old coaching mantra of get your feet to the ball has it backwards. Get your head to the ball, and your feet will take care of themselves. It's such a powerful and direct idea. And he uses this boxing analogy that just illustrates his point so brilliantly. He compares it to a fighter, a boxer who's losing, who's on the ropes, their head is back, they're off balance. But a boxer who's on the attack, their head is forward, their eyes are locked on the target. For KP, batting is exactly the same. It's about getting your head into the fight, right over the ball. And look, this isn't just some theory he has. It was literally the anchor of his career. You see here, after losing the captaincy, he admits he lost everything. He went through this brutal 18-month slump, so he goes to see his mentor, Graham Ford, who watches him face just 3 balls, and tells him your head isn't going to the ball. And the result? Just 1 month later, he goes out and smashes 227 in the Ashes. That's how critical this one single fundamental was to his entire game.
All right, so now let's flip the script and look at Virat Kohli, because his approach paints a completely different picture of genius. If Pietersen's game is built on a rock-solid foundation, Kohli's is built on water. It's constantly shifting, adapting, and finding the path of least resistance.
And here is a perfect little example of Kohli's whole approach. He talks about making these tiny, almost unnoticeable adjustments to his grip. With a slightly closed bat face, he's setting himself up to generate power, to whip the ball through the leg side. But with just a small twist of the wrist to open the face, he can use the bowler's own pace to just delicately guide that same delivery past the fielder at point. It's a game of millimeters. But this isn't just about technique. It's deeply, deeply mental. His legendary teammate, A.B. de Villiers, says that Kohli is essentially playing chess out there. He's reading the bowler's body language, he's trying to anticipate their strategy, and he's making his adjustments before the ball is even bowled. He's playing a proactive game, not a reactive one. So how does he manage all that information when the pressure is on? Well, here's a key tactic he uses. He simplifies. Instead of having to choose from 360 degrees of options on every single ball, Kohli nominates 3 or 4 high-percentage zones before the bowler even runs in. He already knows what shots he's looking to play. So if the ball lands in one of those zones, his mind and body are already primed and ready to execute.
Okay, so we've got these two totally distinct philosophies. How do they actually look when the heat is on and the pressure is at its highest?
For Pietersen, especially in the crazy, high-octane world of T20 cricket, his simple philosophy gives him incredible freedom. He doesn't get bogged down in technical worries. He just trusts his one fundamental: get into a good position with my head, and from there, his only job is to launch. It's just pure, unadulterated aggression, all built on a simple, trusted base.
Now, contrast that with Kohli's methodical dismantling of a run chase. It's like a blueprint. First, he sees the target not as a mountain, but as a clear, achievable goal. Then he builds pressure by running hard between the wickets. All the while, he's watching the opposition, reading their body language, looking for signs of panic.
Only then does he pick his moment to hit the go button and find the boundaries, always with the plan of finishing the chase with a couple of overs to spare. He's not just playing the ball, he's playing the entire situation.
And what's so fascinating is how he thinks about pressure. When the required run rate climbs up to 8 or 9 and over, most batters feel squeezed, right? But Kohli's mindset is completely different. He just thinks, okay, I know I have the ability to get 20 runs in 1 over. And if he does that, the rate instantly drops back down below 6. So in his mind, high pressure is just a temporary thing that he is always just 1 over away from solving.
So, what can we take away from these two incredible yet incredibly different players? What's the ultimate lesson here from these two masters?
This table just lays it all out so perfectly, side by side. For Pietersen, the core principle is that one physical fundamental. For Kohli, it's all about mental and technical adaptation. Pietersen's focus is pure simplicity. Just hit it. Kohli's is pure calculation. Plan the chase. One finds his freedom in a single, unshakable rule. The other finds freedom in having endless options.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? There isn't one single right way to achieve greatness. Excellence can be built on an unshakable foundation just as effectively as it can be built on dynamic, intelligent adaptation. In fact, maybe the real secret is what we could call the duality of genius. The idea that the very best performers, they often have both. They have that one simple, repeatable foundation they can always fall back on under pressure, like Pietersen's head position, but they also have that sophisticated, adaptive layer on top, like Kohli's mental game, that lets them solve any problem the game throws at them. So I'll leave you with this question to think about, and not just in cricket, but in anything you do. Are you building your skills on the foundation of a single perfect rule, or are you focused on developing the ability to endlessly adapt? The answer might just be the key to unlocking your own version of greatness.